Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to Fifi and Gigi's Tarot reading. Thank you very much, Capricorn, for joining me. Hope you all had an amazing weekend. Let's get started. So, this week I will be doing no contact update. What's really going on? So, Capricorn, if you're not talking to your person, there's no contact. If anything, there's a silent treatment, avoidance. This reading is for you. So, we're going to be looking at no contact update. What's really going on? Now, Capricorn, there will be an optional extended tarot reading available. So if this reading does resonate with you, over to the extended, I will be looking at the truth behind the silence. What else do you need to know? So check it out. Remember, it is optional. We're going to be covering quite a lot here today over at YouTube. But if this does resonate with you, it will be the first link down below in the description box. But like I said, we're going to cover quite a lot here today over at YouTube. No contact update. What's really going on? Okay. And of course, Capricorn, if you do wish to purchase any of these tarot cards that I am using, that's also down below in the description box. Of course, this is the beautiful Tarot of Owls by Pamela Shen. Okay. Let's get started. Behind the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. We know that all knights represent changes and offers. Four of Wands, going to happen a lot sooner than later. Death is rebirth. Something is going to change everything. Ace of Wands, starting fresh, starting new. Death could be the end of the silence. Okay, let's have a look. So Capricorn, let's have a look at the first card, your current energy. Let's have a look. What do we have? Five of Wands. Yeah. So the Five of Wands, we know that's the card of not getting along. It's arguments, it's fights. And I almost feel like you, Capricorn, that you can't get through to your person. There's differences of opinions here, differences of ideas, and no one seems to be meeting or compromising, like coming together in the middle here. So, if anything, this is a troublesome card. Fights, gossiping, competition here. And I definitely feel like for you, Capricorn, it is mentally taking a toll on you. You maybe probably feel like, oh my God, we're constantly fighting. We're constantly not even getting along here. That's the energy. There's something, there could be issues here, unresolved issues here. We bring them up and there's just no resolution, unfortunately. It's almost, does your person, Capricorn, just doesn't really see where you're coming from, or they don't understand, they're just not meeting you in the middle here. There could be even other people involved here that are also causing problems too. It could be also extended family, friends, others. And I definitely feel for you, Capricorn, especially when I definitely see the Five of Wands. It almost feels like everyone has an opinion here. So yeah, I definitely feel like it's emotionally taking a toll on you, Capricorn. But you got to also pick and choose your battles too. Is this worth your time and energy? If someone's not listening to you, if they're not willing to compromise, is this worth it though? Let's have a look. Seven of Swords. See, not my favorite card, the Seven of Swords. We know that this is the card of lying, stealing, cheating, copying. What is your person hiding from you? Why do they need to do things behind your back? The reason why would someone do something behind our backs, because if they did it to our face, they know it's wrong. They know it's going to hurt us. So it's like they're trying to compromise here. Well, if Capricorn doesn't know, it's not going to hurt Capricorn. What Capricorn doesn't see won't hurt Capricorn. So again, that's the card of sneaking around, not telling you the truth. No, you don't know. In other words, you got to remember with this card, when is your person telling the truth, or when are they lying, Capricorn? So your person, I definitely feel that your person hasn't been very truthful. They haven't been very honest with you. I feel like there's something that they are hiding here. And I feel like this is what's causing, the arguments and the challenges here. Eight of Cups. Your person wishes that they could do things differently. They wish they could go back and handle things differently. But what's done is done. That's the problem. I feel like they wish they could have handled things differently. Why do I say that? Because these cups here, they're all standing. They're not tipped over. I almost feel like your person walked away from a great situation. You've got to look at the imagery because it's very, very important. Like I said, all these cups, they're standing. In other tarot cards, the cups, they're completely tipped over. And it's like almost your person, they had something good with you. They did something amazing. And the problem is that that's the problem here. They don't know what they have until it's gone. So they do wish they could have handled things differently, said things differently. And I also don't feel that they handled things very, very well, not to their best ability. There's still no contact because they're afraid they're going to be judged harshly. That's why. Emotionally, if we had to look at the practical block, keeping communication from flowing, they're afraid of being judged. And the thing is, I feel like they're going to be very, it's like almost they're very afraid to be judged because of this card, Seven of Swords, and this card, the Eight of Cups. But this is the card of resurrection too. Let's not forget that the Judgment card is resurrection. Yes, it is possible that this person may want to return in their own time and explain themselves, explain the situation. But they're afraid of that, unfortunately. That there is no contact because we have the Judgment card, afraid of being judged. That is Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel's trumpet horn. So think about this for a moment, Capricorn. Your person is running a bit of a wild imagination here at the moment of the fear of being judged, while you, Capricorn, you are the judge, the juror, and the executioner. They're afraid of certain words that may be said in this situation. Page of Pentacles. They're going to contact you. Yes, there will be a small message coming through. Remember, all pages represent small messages, but small messages can also lead to in-person communication. So what they're going to do, Capricorn, they're going to test the waters with you. They're going to send you a message, just to see what's your reaction. Are you going to respond? And it's like, hey, Capricorn, it's something small, but it is a strategy. It is, absolutely. But they're trying to build up. So the Page of Pentacles, they're keeping themselves grounded. I feel like your person, because we're seeing Page here, they still have a lot to learn about life. Doesn't matter their age, they still need to learn more about life. Three of Wands. The advice for you going forward, there will be communication. Your person is definitely going to come back here. Somehow they're going to reach out for you. in their own time when they are ready, because sometimes the Three of Wands can show delays. Now, this is going to fall on your hands, Capricorn. The fact that you do have the Three of Wands, a large portion of you watching this video right now are very curious. This is the card of exploration, taking that chance and actually being very curious what your person has to say, what your person has to offer. And this definitely explains the Knight of Pentacles, changes and offers. And usually the Knight of Pentacles is the most reliable knight. It's a solid offer. So I definitely feel for you, Capricorn, that you're going to be very curious, very open to the idea of this person contacting you. And think about small messages. Could be a text message, something through social media also. But Capricorn, this is just the beginning. We are going to clarify. We're going to understand the situation even further. So let's just quickly grab this tarot deck. Let's give it a good shuffle. What else does Capricorn need to know, please, regarding the situation? Just a reminder that there will be an extended tarot reading available. We're going to learn more about the truth behind the silence. What else do you need to know, Capricorn? If this has resonated, join me. It's the first link down below in the description box. Okay, one more. The Five of Wands also clarified with the Star. Aquarius energy. I do love the Star because you're not giving up on this love. You have a lot of hope, enthusiasm for this relationship. It's just the Five of Wands is getting in the way. Five of Wands, I can definitely already say it's because you're challenging your person's behavior. There's sus energy. You want answers. And I feel like because your person doesn't give you the answers, a Capricorn, this is what causes the arguments and the challenges. At the same time, you're still holding on to that string of hope with the Star. You're holding on to that there is hope that this is going to work out. You're really putting a lot of enthusiasm here too. It's like wishing upon a star. You definitely can pause this video and definitely wish upon a star with intention. See it, hear it, and feel it in your mind's eye. This is good. Seven of Swords, please. Virgo energy, the Hermit. Yeah, see, they're thinking about their own behavior. They're thinking about everything that they have done to this very moment. This is the desert period. It's when think of it this way as a metaphor. It's when someone retreats, they're in their own little cave, and they're thinking about their own behavior. They're thinking about what they have done, how they've hurt you. They're thinking about their words, their actions, their habits, everything. And it has made them more wiser, more smarter, everything. Have they changed? It's like they've realized their own behavior has made them realize that going this way isn't going to help. The lantern also represents the star. Not many people know that, but it actually represents the star. So they're also still holding on to hope for this relationship. They're still holding on to that idea that, okay, all right, I didn't act properly. Maybe there's still hope for this to work out. The Eight of Cups. We have Temperance. The Angel of Love and Devotion. They wish they could have, in other words, be there more. They wish they could have devoted more of their attention to the relationship and be more patient in this relationship. So they may have acted a bit too impulsive. Perhaps they walked away and they're regretting it, Capricorn. They probably walked away and they realized, wow, I actually had something really, really good with Capricorn. Capricorn brought balance into my life. Capricorn brought the best version of me. And they're realizing that. And they're regretting that now. They're regretting how they did things, how they handled walking away, giving you the silent treatment. They're really regretting that. If we look at the judgment card, so they're definitely afraid of being judged. Knight of Swords. Also, I feel like they're afraid of being rejected by their offer too, with the Knight of Swords. You know, the Knight of Swords, it's known as the most unreliable knight, a very impulsive card. They may be afraid of being judged for being very unreliable, being impulsive, overreacting. So there is, I feel like with their mind, they think and they just act, but they don't think about the consequences of their actions here. And the Knight of Swords can act like that, very impulsive. You know, they just react, make it a little bit offended too quickly. And yeah, unfortunately, they were very afraid of being judged. But perhaps there is a good reason why they should be judged, because I can already see that their attitude, their behavior hasn't helped. If you look at the Page of Pentacles, what do we have? Look at this. The Ace of Swords. Look at this. I love the Ace of Swords. So, will they reach out? Yes. Are they planning something? Absolutely yes. The Ace of Swords, you got to remember, they want to put the past behind them. They want to start something new with you. In their rightful mind, they want to be able to, hey, you know what? Whatever has happened in the past, let's just learn from it and move on. They want to move on from the past. They want something fresh, something new, and be able to heal, forgive the past, and move on. So that's what they're going to talk about. This is mental clarity. We're breaking free from the challenges, the obstacles, anything. You know, if this person, and like I said, they're afraid of being judged, they're going to break through that. It's like they've got this impulsive energy. It's like, if I don't do this, I'm going to lose Capricorn forever. They know that. If they don't do anything about it, nothing's going to happen. Now, Capricorn, we have the Three of Wands. That is a card of exploration, being curious. And you're not saying yes or no, but you're thinking about your options. You have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is actually a really good card because you're realizing, Capricorn, that you have options, choices. And you may not have all the answers in the moment, but it's okay. Sometimes we need to retreat. We need to think about what's best for us. Four of Wands, invitations. This is going to happen a lot sooner than what you think, Capricorn. You're going to really think about it. Libra energy, and this is you, Capricorn. You're going to stay grounded. And with Justice card, you're going to really think about, how does this bring balance back into my life? Is it bringing justice or is it bringing injustice into my life? Is it bringing fairness? Is it fair? Is it equality? So this is what you need to think about, Capricorn. Is this bringing happiness back into your life? You really do. You need to think about if this is going to bring happiness. Now, the fact that we do have the Four of Wands, there is an inclination that you are going to lead towards perhaps giving this person an opportunity. Because the Four of Wands, that is a card of happiness, invitations coming straight to your doorstep. So think about invitations, someone saying, let's meet up, let's talk things through, let's go to our favorite place. Now, what's coming through to me? There's someone that really loves their burgers. There's some sort of burger joint here that you both absolutely love. And I'm seeing prints on the wall with the Eiffel Tower. If that resonates with someone, please keep an eye out with the Eiffel Tower. The Four of Wands does show happiness here. So sometimes even time apart can actually heal the connection. So I definitely feel, Capricorn, you're not the type though, Capricorn, to forgive and forget. No. You got to remember, the Queen of Pentacles sets ground rules, boundaries. The Queen of Pentacles doesn't tolerate certain BS because she's very responsible. She has other things to take care of, like family, home, business. You know, you're not blinded by love here. So again, the Justice is setting about ground rules here, restoring balance here. But like I said, Capricorn, you may not have all the answers in the beginning, even when this person reaches out to you, because you're going to be thinking about your options, and that's going to be very important to you, because you don't. I feel the reason why you're thinking about your options, because you don't want history to repeat itself. You don't want to go down the same road again and repeat the same thing. No, you want to do things differently. The good thing is that your person is extending the olive branch. They do want to restore the friendship again. You know, they want to do that because they've got that mental clarity. They know that they could definitely lose you forever. They're not ready to lose you just yet. They're not ready to surrender. I feel like they want to try. It's like almost they want to try, but they want to test the waters with you first by sending you a small message. So, Capricorn, these are your cards. I hope this is giving you guidance and clarity. However, though, I will definitely be moving on to the extenders. So if this has resonated, do check it out. Thank you once more, Capricorn, for joining me. Have an amazing day. And of course, power to you.